Hi everyone, it's Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers, and I'm back as promised. We are going to be putting together Raggedy Ann today, and she is from treasureboxdesigns.com under the file called Raggedy Dolls. You will get both. I am not putting Raggedy Andy together in this video. I actually had intentions to do Raggedy Andy only for my 12 by 12 cardstock shop design team video for the month of February, and it will go up on their YouTube, but then I decided to do Raggedy Ann just because we need both of them in our life. It's childhood memories. I put a lot of time into editing my videos and doing the voiceovers, making sure that I cover everything, but sometimes I think that I cover everything and I might miss something. So if I don't cover something that you have a question about, feel free to ask. This little piece I lost twice. Third time's a charm, so I'm gluing it down now so I don't misplace it, and I still have not found the other two. That is the little chest piece, like the breastplate that goes on the ruffle, and we're going to build up on this white base. So the white base, you can't change the color because then you'd have to change the socks, and it would look funny with the base being red and her socks just being part of the base with the white stripe. So cut it out true to the pattern. This red heart is the color Basil's pomegranate. All my other reds, her socks, her stripes, and her hair is going to be American Crafts color crimson. I used it on him as well, just in case you don't want to wait until February to see him pieced together. I will give you the colors I used for him just to get you ahead of the game. So you can use either smooth or textured white cardstock. I did use Arctic white textured cardstock for my base. And this is Plike paper. I've mentioned it in my older videos. I know I have a lot of new subscribers and followers, and welcome everybody. Plike paper is plastic-like paper, and it is very soft. It has a plasticky feel to it, but it is so thick, and just, I fell in love with it from the multi-pack. The multi-pack from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop has a dark brown, black, red, blue, green, and I believe yellow. And there's one more color. I think it's another shade of brown, but either way, and a gray, I believe. Don't mark my words because I bought that pack so long ago and I tore it up. I think there's 8 sheets and I think those are the colors, but I ended up ordering a whole lot of the red, black, and blue, especially for 4th of July, because I think that'll work wonderfully for fireworks. And I use the black on my shoes, my belts, the bands on hats. There's just so many things that you can use it for, and I'm gonna do like a Tonka truck set or piece, and I'm gonna use the yellow because it has a fill like a toy does. Next time you order from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop, just order one piece of Plike and give it a try. You guys are going to love that paper. So after you get, it doesn't matter which way, left or right, sock and then shoe on, and then the opposing side since they overlap, now you're going to put the stripes on. And the reason the stripes are going to go on now is because we're going to build up the dress midsection, and it's going to overlay on top of the stripes of her stockings. I did look up the color of the blue dress that I used for her. It is Basil's Polly Poo. It is available on 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. And if you don't have it and you have the color Wave by American Crafts, it isn't as turquoise, but it is so close that you wouldn't notice the difference. If you don't have Polly Poo, actually use Wave because that would be my next option. I did tell you guys that I would swatch a similar color for some of the colors that I wasn't sure if they were available or not. And I had actually gotten Polly Poo 10 years ago from Joann's. So when I say out of my stash, it is literally 10 years old out of my stash. Now, the peach paper, you only need to ink just the ends and the top and the bottom. That's going to be her hands and the only part that shows. Now, if you're gluing along with me, do not glue this piece. You need to put the smaller slip on first, the skinnier piece that looks like the bottom part of the apron. I caught myself right as I was getting ready to lay this down. I was thinking, why is Peach showing? And this was already the third one I did, but I just forgot. So you're going to do the triangle piece, the triangular piece first, which is the slip and then the dress. My glue was still wet, so I was able just to lay it over. You do not have to ink the triangle neck either because that's going to be covered up by her head. So safe zone. You're only going to ink just the little round part of her hand. It saves you ink or chalk, and I just try to let you guys know where you can save time and product if it's able to be done without jeopardizing your piece and the way it looks when it's finished. So that blue, the Polly Poo by Basil, like I said, it is my favorite. I love how it looks. And the pleats you see, the lines, that's with the General's pastel chalk pencils. I showed those in my live. I didn't blend them all the way out because I wanted them to be a little bit more prominent. And I know with YouTube, sometimes the links are not workable where if you click it, it won't do anything if I put it in the comments. So on my Facebook, Paper Pieces and Leftovers, where I shared this post, it'll be in the comments there, the link. Now here's the upper part of her apron, and I did ink my edges with Versa Magic Sea Breeze. That way there was definition to them, so it didn't just blend right in where it looked like one solid piece. I'm real big on having definition to my pieces. That's why I converted to ink and jumped on the trend when I saw that that was the new thing instead of chalk. And now we're going to glue the buildup that we just did. It is super thick onto the white base, and you won't even know that the base is there. It just ends up blending all into itself, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the white base, but it actually makes sense. I tried to figure out if I was going to keep the base white or change it, but you can't. Well, you could, but it's just going to be a lot more work. And like I said, let's stay true to our pattern here. So now this is still the Crimson by American Crafts, the red, same thing that I used on Andy's hair. And what you'll do is you'll glue that. I didn't even glue it down first. I overlaid it onto her head, and I placed my eyes and traced them and did all the work for my face and glued my eyes and nose down once I got them to look how I wanted. Andy only has a couple lashes, and Anne has the whole eyelash done. Well, the whole eye full of eyelashes. And now we glue her hair on, and here's the fun part. Because there was no way to attach that back hair onto the base because of the color needing to be white and the hair being red, I am going to put a stabilizer piece on the back of it. And you'll see what I mean after we get her head glued on here momentarily. So I'm lining up the top points of the hair to get them even because that's how they're going to go. And I slid her body between them, and I'm going to mark with just a chalk pencil where I'm going to lay the glue on her hair. I put it on the back of the base. But that way I have a marker so it's not too high or too low because her chin is going to nestle up along the top of the apron. And it will overlap just a tad bit on the top of the ruffle, which that's what you want. So the hair doesn't really have much to attach to in the back. So you'll just need a scrap piece of paper about 2 inches tall by 3/4 inches wide. And here I'm zooming in to show you guys what I mean. As far as the face is going to be flush with the top of the apron, and the head is going to overlap just a little bit on the top part of the ruffle, like so. Like I said, this is the third set of 2 that I've done because one of the girls wanted to buy one of Barbara's pieces. We all love Barbara. I love her work. So she sent me a picture saying that she was sold out and if I could remake it. And I said, sure, no problem. And I'm real big on giving credit due where credit is deserved. I love to scrap lift, but I'm not going to go take things from somebody and not tell anybody where I took it from, because I wouldn't have thought about putting the little dashes on the apron until I saw it in the picture that I was sent. I did do Raggedy Ann and Andy from Marjorie Ann Designs. This one is a different set. It is new from Treasure Box Designs. So if you have the other set and this set, you'll have two completely different sets, because maybe you'll want to dress up for Raggedy Ann and Andy more than once, or you'll have somebody else dressed up as them. And there's the Polly Poo that I was referring to. I hopped on my tablet to make sure it was still available, and it is. And like I said, I can put the 12 by 12 cardstock shop link on my Facebook. And when you guys click the link that I give you, it does help me, because I get credit to put towards paper for me, which keeps my cost down also, which allows me to then sell my pieces a lot cheaper to you guys. Now here is where that scrap piece of paper comes in that I was telling you guys about. And this is just going to add sturdiness to your base and to ensure that the head doesn't fall off if you didn't have enough glue on it. But I try to give you guys all the little tips I can, just from things that I've learned and taught myself over the years. But thanks for watching, and there's more to come. Have a good day.